mental health statistics were pretty stable from the late 90s to about 2010, 2011. And then all of a sudden, around 2012, 2013, measures of depression, anxiety, and self-harm go skyrocketing. It's like a hockey stick, especially for girls. So what caused that? And we didn't know for a long time. There's a lot of debate. But once you see that that happened at the same time, in the same way, in Canada, the UK, Australia, New Zealand, much of the Nordic countries, much of Northern Europe, now the number of hypotheses about what could cause this, basically maybe somebody dropped some weird chemical on those countries in 2012 and that's what happened. Or maybe it's because we had the Great Rewiring of Childhood where everyone traded their flip phones in. In 2010 they had flip phones, they used those as tools to meet up with other kids. By 2015 they have a smartphone with high-speed internet, social media, Instagram in particular, front-facing camera, and now a lot of kids are spending 5 to 10 hours a day doing this, which blocks out everything else. So my argument is not just about the phones. My argument is that we used to have a play-based childhood for the last 50 million years. That's what mammals do. They play. Young mammals must play a lot. If you've ever had a puppy, you know that. But we took our children in the 90s and said, no more of that, no more outside play. You have to be supervised all the time. So the loss of the play-based childhood set them up for a kind of a weakness and fragility. And then the arrival of the phone-based childhood between 2010 and 2015. So let me just lay out for what parents can do, what schools can do, what governments can do, what tech companies can do. But the key to the whole thing is understanding the collective action problem. That the reason that we're pressured to give our kid a phone is that she says, Mom, everyone else has one. I'm being left out. I'm being made fun of. So we'll say, okay, here's a phone. It's the collective pressure that got us so deep into this, but it's collective action that will get us out. And so what I tried to do is propose 4 simple norms. I tried to make it really clear and simple. If we do these things, we roll back the phone-based childhood. 1, no smartphone before 14. You can give them a flip phone so you can text them, they can text you, call if they need to. But you do not give a child the internet in their pocket where strangers can reach them and they can watch beheading videos. You don't give that to a child to have with them all the time. That's the same as for an iPad. You don't have one of those devices until you're 14 minimum. That should be the minimum national norm. Number 2, no social media until 16. The internet is not social media. The internet is wonderful. The internet is amazing. It does some bad stuff, but man, the benefits of the internet are vast. Nobody wants to get rid of the internet. Social media is not the internet. So how about we just delay it till 16? Just don't let children go through puberty on social media. That's the really vulnerable time. 3rd norm, phone-free schools. Imagine, for those of you who went to school before the internet, imagine that the school had a new rule. You can bring in your television from home, you can bring in your walkie-talkies, your record player, put it all on your desk, we'll give you an outlet, and you can do that during class while the teacher's talking. This is complete insanity, but that's what we've done. And guess what? Academic achievement has been going down, not since COVID, but since 2012. As soon as the kids all had the internet in their pocket, they can't resist. They have to be using it since everyone else is using it. And so academic achievement, our kids are learning less. And the 4th norm is the hardest, actually, because we have to overcome our own fears. The 4th norm is far more independence, free play, and responsibility in the real world, just like everyone had until the 1990s. Kids must learn to be self-governing, and the way they learn that is by being self-governing, by being out with a group of friends. They get into trouble, they get out of trouble. They get in a conflict, they get out of the conflict. There can't be an adult guarding them all the time until they go to college. So those 4 norms, we roll back the phone-based childhood. They're not that hard.